Jessica, what are you going to prepare for me today?
I'm going to prepare you a delicious breakfast. I'm going to boil the eggs without any water. I'm going to cook mushrooms and I'm going to cook tomatoes. I leave a little bit of a space in between so that the air circulates around the food. On the extender rack, I roll the bacon, and this is just in order to save space, and I place my sausages like that. I use the tongs to pick up the bottom rack, like that. This takes about 30 minutes. I close the lid. All I need to do is push the turbo button and we'll have our breakfast in no time.
So let's go out on the patio and have some coffee.
That's a wonderful idea because, as I said earlier, you don't even need to be in the kitchen to do this.
Let's recap. All you need to do when coming home from work is put your food in the Rain Air Light oven. Program the cooker. Press start and it will defrost your food and then start cooking, without you even being in the kitchen.
Ooh, this looks delicious.
All we need to do is open up the lid and we can start dishing up our wonderful breakfast. Sausage for you. Loshni, why don't you take the egg out and see if it really does boil it without water?
Sure.
Dish it up onto that plate. Now what you can do is you can take a sharp knife and cut it straight through, and let's see if it is boiled. And look at that, a perfectly boiled egg.
And without using any water either. Really, really something.
Loshni, all we need to do now is quickly make our toast, and we can do this in about 7 to 8 minutes. All we need to do is press the start button and our toast will be ready in no time.
That's unbelievable. I can't wait to see this toast when it's done.
There we go, toast in no time.
I can see it's changed colour. Wow, look at that, golden brown.
Isn't it just amazing? There we go.
I see you have something different on the menu for lunch.
Yes, I'm going to prepare lunch for you. I'm going to cook some boerewors, I'm going to roast some potato wedges, steam some vegetables, and cook a delicious steak for lunch.
Look at that meat.
And have you noticed how we've left space between the food? Remember, so the air can circulate to cook the food. Not just as we did with breakfast, we take our tongs and put the bottom rack inside the cooker. This will take about 30 minutes as well. So we close the cooker, and all we need to do is press the turbo. Now, as I said, we don't even need to be in the kitchen, so why don't we go and watch some TV?
Let's recap what Jessica said. Benefits of cooking with hot air. Unhealthy fat is burnt off.
Oh, look, it's almost ready.
And look at that colour.
Remember what I said about how the Rain Air Light oven burns off all that unhealthy fat? That is exactly what's happened now to our wonderful steak. And also, you noticed the vegetable bag. It's not just any plastic bag, it is a special oven bag. And you can see we're roasting, frying and steaming all in one go. Alright, let's open up.
Oh, that's aroma.
It smells delicious. Why don't you dish it up for us?
Great.
Loshni, why don't you cut open that steak just to see how tender it is inside?
Sure.
Look at that. There we go, now we have lunch. Doesn't it look fantastic?
Oh, really? I can't wait to taste it.
Let's go and sit down.
So, Jessica, what are we eating for dinner?
Well, for dinner, we are going to have a delicious meal. I'm making a roast chicken, and if you have a look inside here, you'll see I've placed an entire butternut in there with its skin still on, as well as a sweet potato also with its skin on, and the potatoes with the skin on. I've wrapped a carrot in tin foil, and placed an onion. Now the reason why we leave the skin on is so that this seals in all the nutrients and vitamins and trace elements, so we lose no nutritional value.
So how do we close the lid if the chicken is going to stick out?
I was hoping you were going to ask that question. If you have a look over here, we have a button. So all we need to do is push this button and pull up. And we have an extended oven lid. We have this extender which we place on top of the bowl like that.
That is so convenient.
Isn't it just? Now all we need to do is program the timer to 55 minutes. Set your temperature to 250. And if you remember, because we're cooking all our food in one pot, we don't need to worry about food burning on the stove.
I still can't believe it. That is amazing technology.
Isn't it? Alright, now you see what we can do. Because it's not going to burn, we can just push start and go and enjoy a glass of wine.
Let's recap. You don't need to turn your food, and it will never burn or dry out. You can cook multiple dishes at the same time without crossing off flavors, enabling you to roast, fry, steam, and bake with only one appliance. Benefits of cooking with hot air. Food is sealed on the outside. Cooking it in its